10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team banned. CDEC, turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Welcome back. Already time now for game number 2, CDEC taking on Mineski. Mineski started pretty strong, had a good draft, but CDEC, too good. Your TI5 runner-ups, still looking as strong as ever. Winter, joining me for game number 2 again. We'll see what Mineski can put together. Were you surprised by game number 1, Mineski falling apart, or do you feel like that's just like a bit of what we're used to with Mineski?
Yeah, that's a bit what we are used to for Mineski. They make mistakes when they have a good position. I just expected them to do much better after Nanyang. I know they always come up with very good drafts and very good ideas of how they want to play the game. It's just that their execution has always been letting them down against the stronger opponents. Maybe they're nervous, maybe they are just, they are very, they don't feel comfortable when they're not playing from their team house or whatnot.
Alright. Well, we're gonna hop ourselves into the draft.
I just feel sad because they came up with really good strategies, but they can't, show how good their lineup can actually work because they don't play. They make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what their draft. I mean, drafting definitely their strong suit, so we'll see them go back to the slider. I don't feel like it's something they have to change up their picks at all. It's very much the execution and decision making that let them down. But this time around, it will be CDEC with first pick. So 2 different heroes will slip through, and this time Mineski ban out Spirit Breaker, leaving the Tusk for CDEC, and they pick up the SF slider once again on the side of Mineski.
Huh, so they actually chose Radiant again?
Well, game 1, CDEC would have chosen Dire. Most teams prefer Radiant apart from CDEC.
I see. So this is the other hero that CDEC was really good at during TI, the Tusk. And obviously SB, they ran the SB very successfully. The last game, their early game was a lot relying on the SB being able to secure kills for their mid lane and their off lane. And CDEC and eHome are the 2 teams where when you look at the matches that they play against another Chinese team, you would see the SB in the first phase ban against those 2 teams.
Okay, so we'll see. Very standard CDC opener here. But as far as the current patch goes, like you look at these openers and you think, oh, Mineski's got a Radiant SF with Slider. CDC have Gyro Tusk, but this is not 6.84 anymore. So most teams would much prefer to be in Mineski's side right now as far as the draft goes.
CDC's playstyle is not so strong in this patch, and their hero selection as well is weaker. And okay, there goes the NS pick that I mentioned the last game. It would have been really good for them. With their Slada and Shadowfin. And right now Mineski is removing heroes that can give SF a very hard time in the laning phase. Maybe they're gonna remove the Lina as well after the last game. But we'll see what they... I don't really feel like that's the biggest issue. It's just about how they can actually cut down their mistakes in the game, like how they can actually make better decision making to reduce all the errors that have been occurring in their games.
And possibly they even ban out the Brood if they feel like that was a problem here for them, although I felt like they dealt with it pretty well.
Not really. I think they dealt with the Brood, that was number 1. They had a really good last pick, which was the Bristleback, which I mentioned a lot, that Bristleback is a really good hero versus Brood Mother in the laning phase, and Brood can't really push the towers. And you're so tanky that even if you bring reinforcements as the Brood, because that's always the timing that you're looking to go for. You bring reinforcements to actually kill the Brood's lane. But then Bristleback is a hero that can actually survive through a singular hero gang. You need to bring like what they did. They bring in, every time they gang the Bristle, they brought in 2 heroes. They needed to commit so much resource. And now we see the Wyvern again, which is really good versus the Gyro. You want to have BKB locked down against Gyrocopter.
Yeah. I mean, this is almost identical to what we saw last game. There's not a pick that has changed just yet.
there was no issues with their heroes. It's just
Yep.
the execution was the problem.
We'll see if they go. I don't know if the Venge pick will remain the same, but to see. Not necessarily a weak point in their draft, but
Yeah, but some other supports might have like done a lot more, like the
Yes.
soccer, but not this game. They maybe can go for a bounty. I'm not sure if they want to do it. Bounty is like a bit more riskier than NS because NS can provide a lot during the laning phase because you're tanky, you have lane presence with the Slada.
Well, the other problem is they commit the Wyvern to the mid lane. That means if they go bounty, they have no one to help their safe lane farmer.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like they want to go for like a standard safe lane zoning support. Maybe not. If it's not the Venge, there's still other options like Disruptor or something. But Witch Doctor, Dazzle, yeah, Dazzle's still in the pool as well.
Dazzle would be nice. Dazzle would be really nice for them. But going back to their last ban, I was talking about they might even ban the Lina against the SF, but they chose to ban Darkseer because CDEC, even though they run Tusk off lane, but they do also always run support Tusk, so you never know what they would actually do with the Tusk. And Darkseer with their lineup could have been really devastating with the Tusk and the Gyrocopter.
Alright, well, Mineski, 4th pick, Bounty Hunter. You mentioned it, and you'll be right on that one.
Turn to pick.
Yeah, I just watched a lot of their games. They always have this staple hero where Jesse Vash will be roaming. I always prefer him to play like Night Stalker. I think is the strongest hero that they can put in that playstyle.
Yeah, and this pressures the Lina a bit and just frees up a lot bit more space
Yeah,
for SF.
it's not only that, you know, because Bounty Hunter could be picked against the SF with the Lina. Like BH and Lina is very, very strong together. So it could also be something that CDEC wanted to go for. So this pick actually denies maybe one other good option that CDEC has.
Well, we'll see 4th pick coming up for CDEC now, and that's what that might be. The Tusk, as you mentioned, can be Xyz's hero for the offlane or sometimes a support. But offlane is a very limited right now, I feel. There's still a Clockwork in the pool, but this does not look like a great Clockwork game in general. The hero is just going to be... It feels like Clockwork in general has fallen off and it's just going to be very squishy against this kind of a lineup. But now they stick to their guns from game number 1. It's going to be another Visage.
Yeah, but this game they have like Tusk arguably much more stronger with their lineup compared to the Brood if they want to run Tusk offlane, and I agree as well, there's not much offlaners remaining that is really good, and Mineski still bans out the Brood, fearing that the laning phase might be a huge problem. So the last pick that Mineski needs is a safe laner for Kuko here for their lineup. Anything that synergizes very well with Slada is fine, they can fight early, they're still Juggernaut.
I feel Jug's really underpicked possibly because you can get out of like the Yules combo, you can dodge a lot of the gyrocopter
Jug
damage.
is super good versus the gyrocopter. The gyro like can't really win against Jug, but they do have the snowball this time. The last game they didn't have defensive supports or any defensive spells to actually help the gyro, but this game they have a snowball, but snowball is still not like a grave or whatnot.
No.
So I could see Juggernaut working really well against these heroes.
But we'll see what Mineski have in mind here. They've got plenty of time to think through the various different options for themselves. And
I mean, they could go Wind Ranger safe lane. I mean, that's also a good option.
That's like such. I was thinking like, what's a cuckoo hero in there? The one that comes to mind is Wind Ranger, but teams have done that. It's not completely unheard of. Like, I mean, you've got OG running safe lane Beastmaster for Christ's sake. Like, it synergizes so nicely with the Slaughter and.
Man, that's track with Focus Fire. That's actually so big for their lineup. So I could see that happening for them as well. I think those two are probably the two best options that Mineski has, the Juggernaut or the Wind Ranger right now in their situation. Maybe they would favor the Wind Ranger because Wind Ranger feels more... There's a lot more potential if your player can actually play the hero very well compared to the Juggernaut.
Well, and especially, you've lost game 1, you're looking to bounce back, going for a comfort pick is something that could be beneficial to Mineski, but maybe not feeling comfortable running the Wind Range in the safe lane is always possible, so we'll see. But right now, 30 seconds.
You can still do SF safe lane, but I guess in Raiden you always want to go mid lane. But Wind Ranger safe lane is actually quite okay though. You just need to run it like any other, like the Queen of Pain safe lane. You TP around, you help when you get levels, and you keep staying on lane. Because you dominate the lane with Wind Ranger on safe lane. It's very hard for the offlaner to run up and take farm.
Well, it means the bounty can roam, and the Wyvern can also stack and help mid if you want to. So
they're using up all their time, no?
5 seconds.
Maybe
they
they're
had a
thinking of
minute and a
something
half.
else.
They had all their reserve time for this last pick. It better be damn good. Oh,
No wonder they're using so much time. They're actually very worried. If they actually, because they are making a lot of mistakes, right? And if you go for, obviously the Wind Ranger or the Juggernaut would be really nice, but it gives you less room for mistakes because you're not so strong later in the
Yep.
game. AM is like late game secure, right?
AM Dota. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, but I'm worried about it. Like their lineup, AM, SF, you take so much space, and Sada's not going to get so much, and CDEC has this timing window that they can actually come in and just take control of the map, and your heroes cannot do anything. It's not like the last game. The last game they had a safe laner, they can actually do something. So I'm actually worried for Mineski, but it occurs to me that I feel like they're actually worried because they're making so much mistakes. That's why they use so much time. They wanted a secure late game hero.
The other thing that CDEC sometimes do is offensive tri lanes as well, so they could look to pressure the anti-mage. It's a very weak support options for Mineski to protect the AM.
I think they might actually be able to do that. Oh, with
Tide-
Tide actually.
Tide safe lane?
Oh my god.
He's
Tide,
great 1v1 against Slada.
Tide versus Slada plus what? And Tuss plus Gyro and Visage versus AM.
Yeah. I think CDEC win the lanes
Even the
pretty
normal
hard.
lanes could work, you know, like Tuss Tide Hunter versus the AM lane, and then
That's
you
true.
do Gyro plus Visage. Like you just do standard lanes. The Tuss and Tide will be able to pressure the AM lanes regardless.
Man, how long has it been since you've seen a Tide winter? This hero, like, I forgot he existed.
I think I saw a Tide yesterday. EG picked Tide one game.
Okay.
There was one game that they picked Tide. I think it was against Fnatic or maybe someone else. They played one Tide game. I remember yesterday.
Well, very much digging from the bottom of
Just look at
of
their
the barrel.
team fight with Tide, Gyrocopter, and the Tusk and the Visage.
Well,
Just look.
yeah,
What is aggressive? Aggressive items. Okay, we are not sure where he's going yet.
he did the same item build last game, even when he was
Yeah.
safe lane. Possibly, let's look at Tide. Tide with Mango, Tango, Salve.
Offlane Tide with the ward probably.
We'll see, but yeah, likely an offlane Tide.
They don't really need to do their aggressive lanes. They just need to go standard lanes, and Tusk and Tide can still pressure the AM. That's like the beauty of their
Yep.
lineup right now against the AM. That's why I wasn't expecting the AM pick in the last phase. I was expecting someone that is strong in the lane. You can fight much earlier, so you don't get pressured. Right now, CDEC just needs to pressure and hit a timing window where they have Mech on Tide Hunter, and you don't really have you don't really have any big team fight apart from your
Tide's up
first
top,
switch.
Winter.
30
They're
seconds.
going for the offensive tri lane. It looks like it at least.
Where's the Gyro? Okay, he's here. Okay, yeah, they're definitely going for aggressive.
Bounty poking around. Does he see anyone? He sees the gyro, it looks like. Yeah, he sees
That
Gyro
is a
here.
big tell. That is a big tell because Gyro is not going to be at the bottom lane
And
most of the
Mineski are
time.
rotating top rune, so yeah, that's some useful scouting information for Jesse Bash. They could go for the kill. They've got the Ice Shard's dust. Oh, they don't get
they
the
didn't
block.
The battle
He should
begins.
dusted first. Maybe got a bit more vision out of that, but that should have been a kill.
It was still a really nice attempt though. It's very hard to fault him there because he got the eye shot at a good the place where the bounty was running, but he just didn't fully block the entire ramp.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to block the whole ramp. He just needed to catch the bounty inside the ice
Yeah,
shards.
catch the bounty,
He threw it
true.
too far.
So right now, CDEC just needs to win their lanes and hit their timings with the Mag on Tide, level 6 Visage, then they take Roshan. It's gonna be very difficult for Mineski to team fight this game. They need to run around, keep kiting, keep buying space. Oh, Shiki doesn't have a sentry in mid lane. This is troublesome.
Well, he's already getting poked here
Where
by
is
the
his
Orb of Venom
sentry?
bounty.
Oh, okay, Q is coming over.
Struggling to get some early last hits now as well, so needs that. He's going for a fast bottle build rather than going for the null, knowing that he's going to get pressured a lot. If you go for like a null build and get pressured and get a slow bottle, you can really struggle. So, seeing a slight change up in the item build coming out from Lina.
Yeah, but top lane Tide versus Slada, it's actually not too bad for Slada, even though you generally don't want melee versus Tide. But Slada can stand his own because he has very good stats, and he has very good armor, very good animation against the Tide.
Yep. Trading blows a lot here, so we'll see how this one kind of pans out. Bottom lane, the aggression's come in. They're going in on Jules, looking for a first blood here. One more right click. Aggressive goes in. It's going to be, yep, Gyrocopter picking it up. Cuckoo used Blink as well. Does have a nice creep wave here to tank up any potential Rocket Barrage, but it's actually Flak level 1. They got a kill without Rocket Barrage. Not something I was expecting. Just Grave Kill as combined with the Flak and Wyvern. A very squishy hero to have early on.
Yep, we'll see how much this bounty is doing on the other lane, so because we expect the AM to have a hard time in this lane. Anything he can get is nice. So it'll be up to the bounty to change the balance of the other two lanes, how much he can turn the tide for the other two lanes.
Yep. Well, he's come up top looking for XE, but he's
Yep.
salving up, so he will be full HP.
Tide will be much stronger in this lane when he gets his
Bottom
levels, and
lane,
he'll be
Cuckoo. In a bit of trouble here. Chews through all the mana on aggressive here. They may try and turn this one around. There's a blink available, but...
This lane is fine though, looking much better for AM.
Yeah.
Gyro is out of mana. AM has actually 5 blasts and Gyro has 6. It's not too bad.
He got a first blood though, so he's already got boots as well as a magic stick, and Cuckoo gonna salve up though, so we'll see what they can do here now to Cuckoo, but he's out of regen, so this lane will get a bit trickier for AM.
Yeah, but it's still the fact that CDEC has this timing when they are gonna hit and they're gonna try and take control of the map. Even if your AM gets some farm or gets good farm from the lane, he's still gonna be pressured later. So we'll see how much this bounty is able to do to slow this down. Oh my god, here he comes.
Yeah, he's possibly found a kill here. Ice Shards and a snowball looking to help out aggressive, create space for him to back off. Cuckoo gets cold and braced up. They're going to get the kill on Jules though. Q with the Grave Chill Soul Assumption. Helps turn it around, and aggressive has a bit of mana to play around with. Has
it's
one
still
rocket
fine
barrage.
though. They are using up so much like regen and HP to actually get the kills, and AM is going to get farmed because of that. And you lose your support, so it's... I mean, the first bird is kind of big, but the secondary kill doesn't mean so much for CDEC.
This time around, Gyro has clarities and possibly a TP back from a Visage with some extra HP regen, so... Not sure if this lane's going to stay fine. Yeah, it's actually ferrying out Tangos on the courier, so...
This is not very good for CDEC though. AM is going to get a lot of farm right now.
I mean, AM still takes a long time to come online, so I feel like CDEC, the lanes haven't gone as well as they were hoping it for, but they're still going to hit their early game timings.
Yeah, and Tide is going to start to dominate the Slada. When you get your
mid
points
lane,
in your Kraken and
Snowball,
your Anchor.
LSA, Shiki in trouble. There's a Dragon Slave, and Jay going to be brought down by a nice rotation from Gada.
Didn't they see him coming over? There's a wall. Or he actually came from here, I didn't see.
He came from behind,
from
yeah, he came through the fog. That ward, not in the most useful spot to scout that rotation out. If it's further to the left,
usually we see it here, it would actually scout everything. Like against, I think I say this a lot, like against Tusk and Spirit Breaker, you want to have wards that actually cover the river. Because these are heroes that can actually gank the middle lane when they are level 2. Yep. So this ward is actually, I mean, it still gives vision in the river, but it didn't give vision to the area that the Tusk came from, the angle that he came from. So that was rather unfortunate for Mineski.
Yeah, they did also know, like, they scouted out the offensive trailing very early on, so they know that kind of rotation is very possible too, so... Bit unfortunate for them. We'll see Jesse Vash continue to roam around. Definitely not the high impact bounty hunter we've seen from like various other players from time to time. Like Pailai Dai and Nanyang comes to mind, where even though he's dying a lot, he was applying a ton of pressure, forcing out resources to be used. This bounty hasn't forced that many sentries to be bought, hasn't died at all, but isn't really getting a whole lot done right now.
Yep, and now the ward is going to spot out Garda here at top lane, so Mineski should be able to do something at bottom and get more farm, because they know the Tusk is here.
Yep.
So let's see what the Bounty Hunter is up to so far. He's just getting his levels. SF just cleared a stack. But at the same time, you know, for Bounty Hunter to be able to do a lot in the early stage, you need matchups that actually have a lot of kill potential. Like SF against Lina is a matchup where SF is just going to focus a lot of farming. You're not going to be harassing the Lina a lot in the early stages, because Lina can actually harass you much easier with Dragon Slave. And if you talk about Slada versus Tide as well, Slada is the hero that takes more harass from the Tide compared to any other hero. So Bounty you don't have any potential in killing the other two lanes. So he's just going to be running around, maybe just scouting the Tusk movements. That's, I think, the biggest thing that he can do right now.
Yeah, and just helping know that the rotation was coming top. It seems to have helped Rio out a bit. There was a kill attempt. Ravage got used, but Rio did manage to survive it. Got
was
low,
it like a solo kill? He was trying to solo kill?
It was when the Tusk was there.
Oh, okay.
It was like 30 seconds ago. I didn't actually catch it. Bring out your T-Tours, I don't know. But I just something popped up top lane when Sada got low, and I saw that Ravage had just been put on cooldown, so... Let's see. This Tide cannot be bullied out of this lane. Like, he is
too
tough to deal with.
It's at a point where he's very, very dominant in the lane, when he gets all his levels in Kraken and Anchor Smash. He's gonna be able to free farm and get his mech, and Man, Garda is again the key hero making rotations like his SB the last game. He's very comfortable in playing these two heroes, the SB or the Tusk, moving around trying to look for kills. Well, they're bringing in 3 heroes, they better get this kill.
Well, it's not going to be easy. He's got 10 stick charges, doesn't have a Ravage, TP support possibly available. Gyrocopter has one, does not have much mana, and does not have a cooldown. Bottom lane similarly, there is pressure coming in. Can they get XZ up here? They've got to do it fast. There's Ravage going to be coming online soonish.
Oh my god.
Cold Embrace, Soul Assumption, can they do it? 2 seconds on a blink, they need a bit more. Not going to get it, not going to go for the dive. Keep there, and aggressive gets very low. Didn't have the mana he needed to get the kill. Q, one more right click. Oh, that was close. 20 HP. What a aggressive lane coming out at bottom.
This is again really good for AM because he didn't die and then have Cold Embrace and he has a ring. So he's gonna be able to farm in.
And by the way, not just outside of the AM, looking at the mid CS, SF with 49, Lina with 29. Some of that is neutrals, but despite dying that one time to a Tusk rotation, this is a lane where SF is doing more than okay.
Yeah, he needs to be able to do as well as he's doing right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't justify the Radiant pick for SF. Well,
Curry gets found and taken out by the bounty hunter. Just nice little bit of positioning there as he saw the...
He's dead.
Oh dear, yep. Lina rotation and will be brought down. Nice little ward behind the tower there, giving that extra bit of information. And Shiki with the first successful rotation from one of the CDEC's core heroes.
Oh, XZ is so hard to take down. So the only lane they can kill is probably mid lane, with the Gyro approaching the tower so closely.
Gyro mid, he wants his tier 1, there's no
oh my god,
flipping.
that's a feat. Okay, that just happened.
That was a bounty SF, but this is a Gyro with cooldown rocket barrage. He's level 6 and pretty fearsome right now. Not really a stage of the game where Mineski can
Lina
fight
was
him.
nearby, that's why he was also so confident in taking the tower. So at this stage, CDEC is really strong with their heroes.
Mineski have had an okay start. They're getting their farm, but this is still they've
Not
got a
as good as
lot
the last game
to kind of tread through to get to a safe state right now. 3 points in sprint, gets off the crush. The rocket barrage kind of tearing it through him. Not going to go for the sprint escape. I don't think he had any way out of that one, regardless. And
well, this game, you compare this start and the last game start, is day and night.
Well,
and Mineski right now has a much more greedy, their drop is much more greedy this game compared to the last game.
just the SF doing well, and we'll find a Visage sheeping to his lane. I think Q is just trying to say, I want my level 6 here. TP coming in, does he turn, look for the Grave Chill?
Oh my god,
Lina.
he might be
It's
in
a long
trouble
TP.
here.
There's a bounty here as well. Q's kind of low. Wants the rune. Does he get greedy going for this? No, he's going to trek his way down towards one range. Turns, one range, 2. Gets a kill. Nice play by Jay. Could he get any more here? He's got no Requiem, so to speak, of the Cold Embrace is there. He's being healed back up. Here comes Tide, though. Winds up a Ravage. Gets 2, including Jay. They'll get the kill on the bounty. They'll get the kill on the Shadow Fiend. Cuckoo blinks in with a Mana Void. Jams it home. Possibly still an okay fight for Mineski, but now Gyrocopter rocks up and aggressive. Makes his stamp known as CDEC get 3 kills, lose just 2, and most importantly get the kill on the SF.
They were supposed to lose the fight at this stage anyway, so 3 for 2 is not that bad for them. And AM got a kill on the Lina, so he got a huge boost of income there.
Yep. Definitely helps the AM, but it's still concerning. I think SF was the top net worth hero before that fight happened, and
SF
he dies.
He's not going a Mac though to buy the time for the AM to farm. He's going for SNY.
Okay.
I guess he knows that they can't really fight into this lineup, so he just wants.
Yeah, I mean the mech is more a team fight option. That Sanjin Yasha just means he stays alive. Because at this point, it's like, well, I get a mech to help my team, or get an SMY to help myself.
You can still look at it at a different perspective, where if you have a mech, you fight like a small 2v2 fight, 3v3, and you win because of the mech. You buy a lot of time for the AM as well.
I don't think CDC are going to give you 2v2 fights though, not with their lineup.
Yeah, but they're going to try to split them up, so it might actually happen. Yeah, obviously CDEC doesn't want to do that with their lineup.
Yep.
But Mineski's plan is obviously going to try and split them up, try to make CDEC farm like one hero at the top, like a few heroes at bottom, a few heroes mid, and then the Sala and the BH will try to find early pickoffs.
Well, and they want to start getting some track gold. This could very quickly turn. It is
Oh,
4,000
Shiki.
gold lead for CDEC, and here come
It's a
Mineski
big
towards
kill.
top. Oh, this could backfire as there is a rotation from CDEC. They're looking to back Shiki up. It may come too late. Jesse Vash barely survives. Here comes CDEC, though. It's just Gardner and Q. I say just. These two have a lot of firepower between them. They're going to go in on the SF. The Warriors punch. The cooldowns. They're aggressive. Rocks up with the TP onto the tower. They get one. Can they get more? Doesn't look like it.
Man,
Except
this
for
guy
Lina.
is always so on point with his rotations. Their play is always so in sync with each other. They come in at the right time, everyone gathers up at the best possible time to drop all their spells together.
I know Jules is in these trees. Do they go fishing for him? Be committing very hard. They've got Ravage. They've also got the mech advantage now with Tide having one. Will heal it up. Well, Meckham's team back up. Gets it off just before the Winter's Curse. That time it could not have come better. Now Jules going to try and sneak his way out of there. Aggressive's got FaZe and Yasha. Doesn't quite get close enough for a Rocket Barrage though. Jesse Vash throwing up more tracks and will bounce a Shuriken around. CDEC just getting a bit too low to stick around, I'd say, and they will back off now.
They almost managed to burst the Tide down if he didn't mech there.
Yeah,
that was what
and the
they were
mech
trying to
even
do.
gave him the boost to the armor too, so... all of that, every little bit counts.
So right now, let's see, CDEC. I think this game you might want to get a medallion so you get Roche faster. Okay, they have
As you
medallion
say
now.
it, they do it. They've got the urn, they've got the medallion, going for these cheap, cost-effective early game items. Yeah.
Their timing is coming right now. Whether the Tide, he has a cloak though. Wonder if he wants to go into like a glimmer. Pipe doesn't feel like it's gonna be helpful against a lot of the spells, just the SF in general. But
I mean, is
could see them
Glimmer
still
really
going-
that useful this game? You've got
with
plenty of
track.
detection. There's not that much
And-
magic,
and-
but it's just the SF with magic burst.
Probably just a casual cloak, and then you get a blink with the Tide now. Oh no, Jules.
Yep. Bit of a interesting little cloak pickup though. I mean, there isn't that much magic damage coming out,
Yeah,
particularly.
it's mostly physical.
Mineski just trying to buy more time to farm. Jules goes down, but Cuckoo continuing what he does best. Just farming around the anti-mage at the bottom lane. Playing pressure to a tier 1 as well, and with CDC looking to group up and push towers. Split push is going to be the answer for Mineski. But CDC aren't having any of it. They TP down. Just Tusk for now, and we'll be looking to defend this tier 1.
That was such a ballsy TP. He TP right in front as well.
CDC are far enough ahead, he's probably just like, they're not going to go on me. They're going to be afraid if I TP in. And, well, he was right. Possibly waiting for another TP now. More
At this point,
CDC.
CDEC doesn't want to give
Oh,
any
they're
trades.
TPing in the trees here. They didn't see that one, but the... Oh, he snowballs into Ryu, still the cooldown there, and the nice ice shard. Gonna catch Ryu out, he's lost his sprint now as well. Morris
He
punch
didn't get
available,
a
gets a
punch off.
second sprint off, but here comes Shiki Ryu saying, take me, Roche, take me, take me. Not gonna happen.
Roshan?
Oh, perfect.
This is convenient.
So, yeah, don't mind if we do. Bring in the medallion and they're ready to go. Cuckoo blinks through the river. What is Jesse Vash up to here? Careful, my son, careful. Detection limited. They've got dust here though, so I imagine likely to pop the
gonna
dust
try.
as Roche is about to go down. We'll see if they're going to get this one. Roche claps and they
Oh,
get
that
the
should be a
familiar
sign, right,
stun.
if they clap.
Jesse Vash, no, not going to get the sneak.
That was actually a huge tell when the Roshan claps and there's two heroes hitting the Roche.
Yeah, unless the familiars don't proc it, do they, or?
No, they don't. You
Okay.
have to have three melee stuff hitting the Roshan.
Well, familiars were like in melee range. Like if a range unit gets in melee range, it will still clap.
Oh yeah. So was it I thought it was far enough though. Okay, I could be wrong.
I don't know if familiars count because they're flying, so they may not count. But it's not like it has to be a melee unit per se.
Yeah, that was not a correct explanation. Not a melee
No.
unit. Melee range.
Either way, even if it wasn't an obvious tell, I was expecting them just to dust anyways, just to be safe. But
Yeah, because they didn't have sentry. Like you see players right now nowadays, every time they Roshan, there's an invis hero, they don't have sentries, they drop a stun. Like Lina was stunned before the Roche
Yep.
dies, or like anything, like any AoE spell they will just use before the Roche dies, so make sure you pick up the AoEs.
We'll see.
Keyboard problems.
Okay. Well, CDC in firm control, up 5,000 gold. Mineski on the verge of being 2-0'd here. We'll see what kind of comeback is available.
This game is really tough for them.
Yeah. I mean, this is a tough group. You've got eHome and Alliance battling it out in the other match. I believe eHome did win game 1 fairly convincingly. But definitely a group where it's after. I feel like eHome heavy favorites to win the group, but the other 3 teams fairly competitive, and even CDC and eHome maybe the slightly even matchup between those 2 teams.
Radiant's bottom tower.
You know, this group they have to be able to get whatever. Like you win whatever games you can win basically if you're Mineski.
Yeah. Mineski Alliance, that could be a interesting lower bracket matchup. 2 very different playstyles.
Yeah, but right now, if you look at what they need to do to win this game, they need to reach a point where maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes, they have a lot of items on AM and SF. And they speed push hard enough for them to actually reach that point. And CDEC are just going to look to use their map control right now and just end the game as soon as they can.
Well, they're
probably
taking every tower and...
With the next Roshan, I think they probably can high ground. Yeah. Maybe even with this Roshan, how long? It's 2 minutes.
And they're gonna, if they 5-man too much, AM will just be split pushing away. So I feel like they're gonna have to keep addressing the split push. So more likely we see them get both tier 2 towers.
Yeah,
they may get some deep
this
wards.
Is the sort of game Lina might actually want to get a Shadow Blade to catch the AM as well.
Yeah, I like that idea. We'll see Shiki now come back, defend against the top lane, just confident that his team can push without him.
These 4 heroes are strong enough, even
with
the
they can win 4v5.
The Aegis hero is not even there, but they're still pushing.
I mean, they're so strong right now just with these 4, and this is something CDEC are also really good at. Whenever they get these early game leads and their opponents aren't fighting them, they go back for this Gyrocopter Helm of the Dominator and just start stacking Ancients. We saw it last game, they're doing it again this time. They managed to always secure their late game while being aggressive and fighting constantly.
They might also go back for the Frost Mage, he's still very good this game. The last game, Aggressive did the Frost Ogre, so he dominated a Frost Ogre for the Slardar against the Slardar, and this game it could be the same thing.
Well, they take another tier 2 tower, and that's all the tier 2s taken from the map, and time to get down some of those deep wards, starve out Mineski, try to keep them in their base as much as possible.
Gem as well, they need a gem next after this.
Well, Vistage is a great gem carrier, so maybe just waiting to farm the gold. They're going to smoke it, it looks like they may catch Ryu. Blink, Gush, Snowball there as well, they'll get the chain stun they need, and Ryu will be brought down. Clean pick off for CDEC.
Well, at least he already got his blink, so he didn't lose too much gold there. He just gave away some valuable experience and go to the enemy team. But it's still not the worst thing that happened there.
It's very much all about the anti-mage for Mineski, it feels. The SF to some extent, but he's just going to be playing a lot more defensively and looking to tank up, while anti-mage has to be the one pressuring and split pushing the lanes.
Yep, I agree. Because this is not the type of the game SF you can, okay, I have a BKB, I'm just gonna speed push, because that's just, that's Warrior's Punch to be able to cancel his BKB TP, so it's not a safe bet that he can speed push and just BKB and TP out.
And Lina likely to have we mentioned the Shadow Blade, but whether you go for a Shadow Blade or not, Acceptor will be picked up either before or after such an item, so this SF cannot really be off alone ever.
Oh, BH is here, he scouts up the Gyro here, so they know he's farming the Ancients.
Not that he can stop this.
But you don't get experience from Ancients, so
he's just hoping that Gyro gets low, but Gyro is playing this very cautiously. Get some Ascension.
You can never get low. You can never get low when you have a creep tanking for you.
No. The rate, you're like thinking, oh, it's a range group, it'll die. No, this range group is 1400 HP. One of the other nice little changes the Helm of the Dominator received.
So
and that's just Gyro making sure he stays ahead of the AM and SF in farm. He'll continue to stack, I imagine.
Yep, and Shiki went for a blink, so it's still a good item against AM. You want to be able to catch him.
Yep.
Oh, top lane.
Oh, they're going to TP in now.
Can we catch him?
There, ready.
Blink?
Jules
3
is in
seconds?
biz. Can they catch up Rage Potato? The Ice Shots goes through. The Winter's Curse will save Jade. Ravage comes too late. Jules will go down, but SF is out.
That was worth.
Well played, Jules.
Yep, that was really good support play from the Wyvern there.
Okay. I think AM
Tight Ravage down. Can they push now? That is the question.
is Aegis. Yeah, Aegis is down. I don't think they're not going to push high ground really off of that
With the
one.
Ravage, maybe you can, but not without Ravage. It's like that Ravage
Well-
was so good for Mineski, actually.
But at the same time, Winter's Curse is down, which is like I feel like Mineski need Winter's Curse more than CDEC need Ravage in a team fight. Just
True.
because of how far ahead CDEC is, the Winter's Curse works in Mineski's favor because you're using all their items
but you're
against
still
them.
you're still not confident when you're running up
No,
right now with
no,
a Ravage if you see that.
I don't
Something
think you
might
can
still
just
go wrong.
go push high ground. AM is
They have to
quietly
wait
getting there
for-
too. Vlad's Battle Fury going to start building towards Manta Style next.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for BKB on the gyro before they go. So BKB timing would be around the same time where second Roshan would spawn. So they're gonna have BKB and Aegis on gyro before they go high ground next. And if Mineski can survive that assault,
Oh, Cuckoo! He blinked past. Garda was there looking for him with the blink dagger. Very close to finding him, although Lena was fairly far away. So we do see Tide go back for a blink. Looks like the cloak didn't end up getting turned into anything. An
It's just a
ambassador ring, so
casual cloak.
possibly a Vlad's for XZ.
yeah, they need to finish the game is a good item for their team
Yep.
composition. So we have the gem as well on the Visage that we were mentioning a few minutes ago. So they have basically everything they need right now to except for the Aegis obviously and the BKB. So they just need to wait for Roshan spawn and they will have their BKB at that same amount of time and they'll be able to siege high ground. So Mineski has a few more minutes to breathe before the next siege comes. So we'll see what they can actually complete on the AM before. Maybe they can actually get the Manta. I'm not sure. Actually, maybe not. It might be really close. He might not have Manta for the next fight.
Mm. Well, he's probably just thinking, I don't really want to fight anyway, so...
Yeah, but you're gonna be forced to fight, right? You don't have a
Well-
choice. You look at the map. There's all these tier. Like you're never gonna go into
Tier
a
1s
scenario.
even to go through.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to go into a scenario where he's hitting my Rex and I'm hitting his Rex as well. Then you're fine. That's not gonna happen this game unless they take out all the towers.
Man, look how safe Aggressive's playing atop. I say that he now pokes his nose out, but he was positioned very cautiously for a long time. And see, he knows he's alone up here, so...
Yeah, he wants to get his BKB without dying.
Yep. Bounty and AM can't really kill him on their own unless he gets... If he gets far enough away from the tower, they might go for it, but I think Cuckoo just wants to...
They're gonna go mid. They have the Ravage up right now. They're not
Okay.
gonna wait for the Roshan. So
They're going to try and force
they
it.
feel confident.
AM looking to creep, skip up top, do any damage he can. Aggressive gets tracked up. His BKB being delivered via courier soon. And here we go, blinking onto the high ground. They're going to blow up the Winter Wyvern. That means no Winter's Curse for the defense here. They're now going to belt away onto the tier 3 towers. Mineski, they're in some trouble here. They've got to hold this one. Their winner bracket life at stake here in the Frankfurt Mages. Group D. Ryu trying to go forward, BKB from SF, he gets punched up in the air, now he can wreck them, can turn and unleash, but CDC, they've already backed off. They get low, but no kills go their way. Anti-Mage has now returned back to the fray. Looking to get involved, the Urn Charge is going to heal them back up as well, so CDC can continue forward. With Gyro's BKB,
they
with
can't
Ravage still.
defend this. They don't have Requiem and BKB on SF. This is hard defense for Mineski.
They've got Winter's Curse at least now. Aggressive goes forward, just going to throw out the flak, do what damage he can. Keep Mineski at bay. And they're doing this without Aegis. Blink Crush comes out, just trying to delay them. There's the curse onto Aggressive. He's amped up as well, but the damage they need is not quite there. Guard on the backline goes down. Ravage kind of off the mark, catches just Ryu on the slider. Here's AM. What's he going to do though? The BKB on Aggressive. He's still got a
They have
decent
buyback on Slada.
amount of
They can buyback and
HP.
defend this.
They're going to do just that. Aggressive BKB wearing off. He's keeping in fairly aggressively. He blinks backwards though. Slada decides not to commit. Now XZ could be in some trouble. They've lost the Tusk only. Looks like they'll lose XZ on the Tusk. The Mana Void makes sure of that. Charge forward from the Slada. Looking for another Blink Crush. Has it in a couple of seconds, but needs to get
No, they're gonna
closer.
lose
Needs
the
a
gem. They
sprint.
might lose the gem here.
Cuckoo doesn't go back in, has another blink. Has he go for this one? Yules is there, and looks like Ryu will be repelled. Lose just a familiar off of this, and CDC hold onto their gem as well. Felt like they were going to get more with that Slada buyback, and just the Tide kill, not really worth it for Mineski.
That Ravage was again not very useful for for CDEC. They needed a much better connection there. So they will
They
have
still won
Roshan
the
up.
fight though, right? From what, as far as I'm
but
concerned, that
they
was still
wanted
a
to
great
take
play
Rex.
for them.
They were going to take Rex in that scenario because SF didn't have BKB and Requiem. There was
Yeah.
no way that Mineski were going to hold that defense. And
It
Mineski
was-
didn't lose the Rex was big for them.
Yeah, they're still alive. I mean, even if they lost Rax, it wouldn't have been game over yet. But holding the Rax gives them a lot more breathing room. But like CDEC is still in a position to take Roshan and just go for round 2 if they want to. In fact, it doesn't even look like they care about Roshan. They're just going down mid, knowing that this melee Rax is still low in HP. There's still no glyph. They're just
Yeah,
gonna
they wanted to finish the
force it.
job.
Yep, they can finish the Rax and then go back for Roshan, and with a BKB on Gyro, they're feeling pretty safe about this one. No Ravage even available, but Winter's Curse just coming back up. Jules is smoked up on the side. Blink Crush is there. Will they go for the Curse here? Aggressive is the target. He won't even get the BKB off. Meanwhile on the side, Jesse Bash will go down, but they've lost Gyro. CDEC forcing this one too much. Jules on the backline's getting low, but still alive. Gada, that minus armor, minus 17. Getting him very low. Blink forward from Cuckoo, a little bit too late to stop Gada.
Oh,
CDEC may
Gyro buys back.
re-engage. They've got no Ravage for 20 seconds here. Shiki though rocks up, goes in on the Bimbo SF. He's got no BKB. The crush is nice from Ryu. Will help keep Raging Potato alive, and Raging Potato just looking to fight his way through this one. Dying Requiem. Not enough to get any kills here. Meanwhile, on the backline's aggressive, looking for Jules. It's going to be Shiki who helps get the kill, but here's Cuckoo. Looking to get the Lena kill. That's a big pickup. Anti-Mage gets in. They still haven't got the Rax. Aggressive's actually fought back for this one. They've got to get this Rax, Winter, I feel. That's a huge loss. Mineski, hold on. They lose SF, but Anti-Mage completes a Manta style off of this.
Oh, Q. His TP got cancelled. He has a gem.
That's the gem. It's gone. There's nothing CDC can do to protect
Oh
it,
no,
and Jesse Vash picks it up.
That was so bad. They could have just waited for the Roshan. Oh dear, that was
They didn't
really,
even have to
really bad
wait.
for them.
It was up. They could have just gone for it.
They might have just lost all their momentum with that.
It feels that way. They went all in to secure the melee racks, and Mineski very much on point with the way they held. They just knew they had to bring down the Gyrocopter before he gets the BKB off, and they did just that. Using the Winter's Curse, even with no heroes around, just for the lockdown, and it's Mineski going into the Roche pit. This is, okay, let's say, Mineski, last game, Roshan was your undoing. Please don't let it be your undoing once again.
But again, if they actually secure the Roshan on AM, they more or less will be able to win the game. Like, you expect CDEC to be able to secure the Roshan at this point, and Mineski getting it is a huge bonus for them.
Yep. Nope, Jules. It's not a place you want to be.
They have
Not
to
a big
go
loss.
after-
He's dead for 54. He actually bought back last fight, something we didn't take into consideration too much, but ultimately not a buyback that hurts Mineski too much.
Wow, they're
and-
running in the game. They really don't care about this Roshan.
Man, this is very
This time they have
uncharacteristic of CDEC, I want to say. Normally they're, like, their early game's very aggressive, looking to fight a lot, but this is normally the stage of the game where they're a bit more methodical and go for Roshan, but we'll see if it pays off here. They're going all in on this one. They know there's no Winter's Curse for 25 seconds. They've got Ravage this time as well. Last time they did not have Ravage, importantly. So feeling like they can at least get a range track. They want the melee as well. Mineski going to have the SF just going for the tier 2 top tower. They're going to blink forward here. Cuckoo gets punched up in the air. The Ravage there as well. Can they bring him down? They sure as hell will. AM brought down, and that means a melee rack sure to fall. Most importantly, Wyvern still dead, and on the bottom lane, XZ tracked up for now. They need another track though if they want to get that money. The track goal could be the comeback potential for Mineski. They buy back the Anti-Mage. SF goes down though. Without buyback, they need some kills here. Everyone's tracked up on the side of CDEC. The Winter's Curse, not very good. Locks aggressive down in place during his BKB, but they haven't really got the damage. The Mana Void is there. Cuckoo can't afford to die. He just bought back. The Crush is there. Cuckoo still alive. Gets up a Mana Void onto aggressive. He goes down. Blink back to safety, and Shiki can't quite bring him down. Ryu gets low, but still alive, and CDEC only have 2 here, and XZ, he's got to force to blink backwards. They'd love to get this kill. The track going to get dispelled by the Guardian Greaves, and that also heals Shiki up a bit. CDEC do not lose too much, and they force buybacks as well as claim a Rax.
That was quite even though. Like, it was still an expensive defense, but at the end it was still quite even because they got the gyro, so he died.
And AM did not die a second time, most importantly.
There was a lot of track money as well for the whole team, so it's... If Mineski can actually secure this Roshan, they are still in a very good spot of coming back into the game. Man, this is so risky what CDEC is doing in this game.
Oh, they're coming. They're looking to stop this Roche. Doesn't look like they'll get here in time. Shiki's nearby with a blink dagger. They blink in. Nope, not going to go for the steal. Anthony picks up the Aegis, and now XZ and Q possibly in some trouble. Blink crush from Ryu. Oh no, no blink, just the crush. And he's got a blink, so looking to chase down XZ possibly. Another crush in a couple of seconds. He could hit 2 with this one. Will do so. Ryu, this time on point, making up amends for previous games. And Lena thrown up in the air. Will get the Yules into a blink. Can they get Shiki? They guess wrong. He's out of there. Oh, and tied as well. Gets back to safety. Mineski, huge win for them, but it could have been even better.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, it was still a really huge win for them. But right now, they can actually use this Aegis to buy so much time for them, their heroes to actually farm, and it's very tough for CDEC to decide whether they can actually push now or they have to wait for, because you don't really want to wait as well. Like waiting against AM is a really risky proposition as well. So CDEC is in a very tough spot right now to decide what they want to do, whether they wait the Aegis out or they just go right now.
It was fine while the gyrocopter was ahead, and he was like a good 2,000 net worth ahead of the Antimage for a long time, kept on stacking his Ancients, was itemizing pretty well, but now that he's got this like kind of BKB SMY build and Antimages got the Aegis and now out farming him, this is where the gyrocopter will start to fall off.
Yeah, this is where the gyro would actually just start to fall bigger and bigger behind, but right now he's still in a fairly reasonable shape versus the AM.
Well, the problem is it's not just AM, it's the minus armor of Slaughter and Shadow Fiend as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the Manta this game compared to the
smoke
last
up,
game.
they want Bimbo. Can they get him with the insta-blink stun? They blink Ravage, it's off the mark, XD! Or should I say PGG? Oh boy.
They had vision of him, right? Oh, okay. Actually,
There was
no,
smoke. They placed the ward afterwards.
later.
They saw him farm the lane and went for a blind blink Ravage. They were hoping to probably have Garda initiate with a blink Walrus punch, but he was a bit far away.
No, that is a lot of time now with the Aegis and Ravage down. Mineski is on the offensive.
Yep. They want to go high ground possibly even. They know this Ravage is on cooldown.
They are really impatient this game, you can tell.
It's just so this is just you don't see CDEC play like this normally. They're going in looking for aggressive. The crush gets dodged by a BKB. Now he's going to turn on to Rio. The Laguna deleted from the game. Didn't even get a chance to use his BKB. Oh no, he did get to use it, but the Laguna, of course, going through, and Mineski will be repelled. Losing their most important hero in some ways, the Slaughter. Not as far as carrying goes, but he's their initiator. He's the one who controls the team fights. And without him, they will not push.
This game is going to tip into Mineski's favor very soon if something bad happens again for CDEC. It'll be very difficult for them to deal with the AM in the next few minutes. Aegis is gonna expire, and they have to make a play. If they don't succeed in pushing down the Rex at bottom, the game will become very difficult for CDEC.
Yep. What's the item for Anti-Mage, do you feel? Do you go aggressive and go for the Abyssal, or do you want something a bit more defensive?
I think probably Heart against the Laguna.
He just picked out the recipe.
Heart is really good. Like, you don't want to go BKB against that. You just need to survive the burst, and then you'll be fine.
Oh, bottom lane. They know Jules is down here. He's trying to TP, and he'll make it. Familiar stun, very close.
They have to push right now.
I mean, they're grouped up aggressively looking to push. They know the Aegis is still there for now, but it's got only about a minute left on it. They see AM mid, but this is not the kill they want to go for. They're gonna... Oh! Blink in. Not gonna catch him. Cuckoo gets out of there in time, and I guess hoping they could maybe kill him twice. But...
He's so close to his heart though. He doesn't wanna die right now with the Aegis.
Yep. Oh, that courier. Careful. There we go. Picks it up, flies off to the side. Dire Ward will spot it, but it doesn't look like anyone's in position to bring it down.
But this is getting very stressful for CDEC, because they can easily lose the game right now.
Oh, as the Heart's picked up, they smoke up.
They were in cruise control before all the chaotic things happen.
And here we go, they're charging right at CDEC. Blink escape from CDEC. I think they spotted the SF. He popped out of smoke.
30
Ryu's
seconds
still in a position for a blink crush here.
30 seconds for Aegis to expire, I think.
Yeah. And the Radiant Ward, they saw CDEC just floating around, so they went for an aggressive play. with the vision they had, and that's something where CDC have really struggled the last 5-10 minutes, is the fact they don't have the gem anymore. Losing that has really cost them and given Mineski a lot of map control. Definitely something I would expect them to be picking up a new gem sometime in the near future. Maybe just not in their budget right now.
Let's see who can actually buy it. Tai kind of needs his next item. Tuss is getting Lotus off, so I guess it's only... But no one can actually buy it though. I think Visage, you want to transition with your Aghanim's right now at this stage. Because it's getting very worrisome for CDEC. They need more late game.
I think Tide just buys
like
it. Tide's probably the... I guess the hero that has the money.
I guess he doesn't need anything now.
Go.
Yeah, he buys it. If he's closer to maybe a refresher, then maybe he doesn't buy it.
This is very much like a utility Tide, going for the Vlads, the Greaves. He's not making a jump towards any big items right now, and will not be doing so anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think he can actually get any more items unless they win. I mean, even if they win the next fight, it means they win the game, right? So I don't think the Tide will be getting more items. He just needs to make sure he lands a good average, and his job is done.
Well, that's just it. CDC already up a lane of Rax. If they get a second lane of Rax, it puts them in a huge advantage. It feels like with the one lane, they're only on equal terms at best right now.
Yeah, because of the lineup. The lineup allows Mineski to actually stay in the game even with one lane of Rax down.
No, Anti-Mage is doing now on par with the Gyrocopter, and SF as well. Like, we haven't seen much from the SF, but it's been very much a game where Jace just minimized his deaths this game and done much better than what we saw last game from him. So very good defensive play, and they're playing around the fact they have an Anti-Mage and have the stronger late game very well right now. Jesse
this
Bash.
game they're relaxing and chilling.
Whoa. Warrior's Punch, he got the force sub out though, gets blocked in by the shards, and he'll lose the gem.
He lost the gem.
Gift it back to CDC, or will he? Nope. It gets left behind. Maybe the ice shard's just blocking it off, so that's handy.
Alright, so I thought they were actually gonna regain their gem, but that was like a very minimal casualty for Mineski.
No.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, it's like one of those Pile Die deaths where it's just like the bounty hunter is meant to be... I actually don't think he needs to be carrying the gem around, because he may need to just roam around the map to get vision for his team.
You probably want the Wyvern with the gem, because he can actually dewalk.
If you have the gem and the bounty, I feel like he needs a blink dagger or something to be able to escape those situations. But for now, we'll see what the next couple of pickups are going to be. There's the Lotus Orb for Tuss to help protect against the Winter's Curse especially, and also dispel off the Amplify damage on himself as well as teammates.
Yeah, we'll see whether they get the biggest play, which is the Echo Shell on the Curse.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Mana Void. I guess it's very unlikely you get a big Mana Void off.
Well, it's not only amp damage, but it also dispels track, so I mean, this is a fantastic Lotus Orb game. Just for the repel factor.
So right now, Mineski is just looking to continuously buy space and buy time, and CDEC is just trying to, because they failed in a few pushes already, so they are trying to wait for, this time they are trying to wait for the Roshan.
Alright, well, we'll see them play defensively.
They got cocky, overconfident, my friend.
Did you see Mineski looking to go aggressive when they feel Roche is respawning, or are they just content to sit back and continue to farm and play this slow-paced and more split-push-centric Dota?
They might actually be able to win the fight though, I'm not sure. Because if they get a very good initiation with the curse, they can actually burst the gyro down. With the air.
Continuing to just creep, skip, and split push. Here we go, mid lane. CDC get very close to finding some pickoffs here. Tracks come out, force up his there, Garda. Not going to get the ice shards off, and Roche now respawns. Neither team to scout it just yet, but will be on their minds. DD rune, of course, as is the tradition. Oh, Roche is there? Let's spawn a DD rune. And Q will scout it out. He's probably letting his team know, guys, we've got a DD and we've got Roche. Aggressive. He's trapped up though, so Mineski know this is going on, but they're really not in a good position to contest it. If anything, Anti-Mage could press the top more.
He's still scared though, because he doesn't see the Lina.
Yeah.
Like, Lina plus the Tusk can actually kill him, like with one guy keeping in.
Well, he now comes back up. It looks like they feel confident enough. They see the Tusk here. It's Bounty Hunter. Getting some scouting information for the team. The nice blink crush from Ryu, followed up by Winter's Curse. They want Garda. Can they get him? He's still got the Lotus Orb. Is he going to use it? Puts it on himself. The Warrior's Punch comes
Oh, the
out.
Rex at top lane, Rex. Rex
Someone's going to get back in defense. Space created from Ryu. Who's got the TP? Where's your
No TP.
TPs?
No
I
one
don't
has
see
TP.
any. Lena, Shiki doesn't have one. No one's got a TP. Mineski get one
This
lane.
is
They
all
could
in.
go mid. They could go throne. This could become a quick face race. What's the play, CDEC? The
Oh, he's
throne
buying
is
a
the
death
call
row.
for Mineski.
He's buying
They're
a death
all
row.
in. No one's got a TP, Winter.
What
They're
is
going
going
for the
on?
base
No
race
TP.
here, and CDEC do not have the best lineup to damage this one down. They've got
no,
the
that
Vlad.
glyph.
Slider gonna buy back, they can create space. Aggressive, buys it,
Oh my God,
Desolator, he
Mineski
wants
is
to
gonna win
amplify
this
this push. They're going for the towers, they're pushing too damn slow. Oh no, this is not looking good for CDEC. Mineski going through the second T4 tower. Here comes the first TP. It's going to be the Tusk, but this is SF with a
Oh my God,
Desolator.
this is-
Antimate's there as well. Mineski are breaking through the base, and it looks like they won a game 3. No one else can TP back. Gyrocopters finally arrived, but the BKBSF, the Antimate will do it. Mineski! The Filipino Hope had forced a game 3. Oh man, this was some of the best decision making from Mineski and some very questionable decision making from CDEC to just win this game for Mineski. Holy cow.
What is going on with CDC this game? They were so impatient in ending the game. I understand it was the AM, but they needed to take every small step. Like they are